Hello, I'm Richard Hale and I'd like to introduce you to innovative approaches to work-based action learning which we've developed through working in partnership with corporations and with the University of Chester School of Lifelong Learning. It was Professor Reg Revens who developed the concept of work-based action learning. He suggested that by encouraging team members, leaders and managers to work together on resolving real work issues, that strong learning would follow. We've developed this approach further under the concept of learning questions or leadership questions, and we've introduced this to major corporations in the public and private sector, such as Lloyds TSB, Westbury Homes, HBOS, B&Q and Bupa. I'd like to introduce Sarah Moore, who is going to talk about her experience in Lloyds TSB Asset Finance Division of introducing this approach.
In my role as an accountant in Lloyds TSB Asset Finance Division, I joined the Master's programme run by Value Projects using the action learning approach back in 2003. And the real benefit to me, I found, was the fact that I could structure the questions on the programme to meet my own business challenges in my area. I found it an extremely rewarding and motivating programme, and one that enabled me to have a lot more insight into my career and my leadership style.
And how did this benefit the business, Sarah?
I think in a number of ways. Firstly, the individuals going on the programme became far more developed and insightful and thoughtful about what they were doing. And also the business benefited from the projects that were being worked on as part of the questions, in that there were real tangible benefits such as cutting costs or increasing revenues that arose from people tackling those questions.
And I understand that you then took this into your organisation on a broader basis.
Well, I was really enthused with the action learning approach, and I really wanted to promote that within the business. So I worked with Value Projects to create a programme based on continuing professional development, or CPD, for a team of accountants, so that we worked on a similar action learning question basis, but really focused on, again, a business project and their personal development that they needed to work on for their CPD.
Value Projects have linked with the University of Chester in order to support the development of work-based action learning in business and in public sector organisations. The School of Lifelong Learning there is an innovator in the approach that we've described. And I'd like to introduce Selena Green, who is director of a major work-based learning project to support employer engagement.
Yes, the university is willing to work with any organisation to help them look at how they can improve their business performance by encouraging their employees to look at real business problems as part of their studies and their assessment. The objective of the project I'm leading on is to encourage employers to become more involved in their employers' own learning and how that can improve their bottom line.
I'd like to introduce Dr. Charles Medeiros, co-founder of Value Projects and creator of the leadership question approach. Charles.
Essentially, what we need today is people who can come up with ideas and make them work. And in action learning, we can actually transfer real projects into action.
And I understand you've researched the subject of innovation, and we have a copy of your book on innovators that changed the world. And perhaps you'd like to say a little bit about how this research relates to innovation in business today.
The pace of change, as we all know, is fantastic. If you look back into history, the people who changed our world, who gave us better medical facilities, great engineers, people who innovated, they all came forward with their ideas and made them work, and they used an action learning approach.
And how do you see this working with, for instance, the professions today?
The professions are central because increasingly we are a professional society where individuals are joining various professional bodies. We're working very closely with those professional bodies to enable what they do within their professional career development to actually be used as an integral part of their own career development and their own accredited learning via the University of Chester, but also contributing substantially to the development of their own business.
At Value Projects, we developed a model of work-based action learning, which can be summarised as I know, I can, I will, and most importantly, I do. So we've talked today about work-based action learning and the approach that we've taken in partnering with organisations, professional institutions and business, and of course the University of Chester, in order to support work-based action learning in organisations. We'd be delighted to hear from you if you are either an individual manager or leader interested in using this approach, if you are with a professional institution or association, or indeed if you're with a corporation. Please contact us at Value Project.